Drop a nickel into the slot, please. Very good. Now, how may I be of service?
Hi, Mr. Kowski. Could you please connect me with my dad? His number is KL57187.
Hang on a minute.
Carson Drew.
Hi, Dad.
Nancy, everything okay?
Do you remember someone from law school named Jim Archer?
Jim Archer. Yes, I remember him. Glasses, sort of short.
He's in banking now. In fact, he's Emily's banker. He said to say hi.
Jim Archer. How about that?
It turns out that the bank Jim Archer owns is in danger of failing.
That's terrible. How do you know?
He told me, after first telling me he was doing just fine.
He lied to you? That's disturbing.
It also makes me sure that that was his car I saw outside the inn this morning.
You think he stole that jewelry? If that were the case, why would he tell you that he was going under? All his problems would have been solved.
Maybe it's not just him. Maybe he's working with someone.
Or maybe you're just barking up the wrong tree.
Goodbye, Dad.
Bye-bye.
Drop a nickel into the slot, please. Very good. Now, how may I be of service?
Hi, could you please connect me with Bess Marvin at KL54468?
Just a second. Hello?
Hi, Bess.
It's Nancy again. Stay off my feet this time, okay?
Oh, don't be such a crybaby. Hi, Nancy. What's going on?
Emily's banker, Jim Archer, he asked me to sew a dress together for him because he can't pay the dressmaker to finish it.
And the dress is for...
His wife. He says his bank is on the brink of ruin.
Goodness! Which bank did you say this was?
Mrs. Farthingham!
No.
Anyway, maybe this Jim Archer guy just wants you to feel sorry for him.
Oh, Bess, no banker in his right mind would make something like that up just to get sympathy. If people like Mrs. Farthingham get wind that a bank is in trouble, they'll pull all their money out and the next thing you know, the bank has to close.
Well, then maybe he's just a cheapskate.
All I know is if Mr. Archer really is hard up for money, he may be willing to stoop pretty low to get it.
My thoughts exactly.
That's it for now.
Bye. Oh, and if you call back and we're not here, it means we went to see this movie called The Big Trail.
Yeah, this guy named John Wayne is in it. Helen says he's a real dreamboat. We'll let you know if she's right.
I'll never forget the night it all began, that dark, stormy, fateful night when I decided the time had come to rid the world of the creature. But it would take money to do that, and to get money, I needed to confront my arch-enemy, Nick, who had recently become able to transform himself fittingly into a giant warthog. When his forest hideaway came into view, I dismounted and approached the door on foot, so...
Flute, 7.025 megahertz. Puck! That's who Josiah played in A Midsummer Night's Dream. Pyramus, 7.057 megahertz. Bisbee, 7.050 megahertz. It looks like some kind of record of the people Josiah talked to on his ham radio. Looks like Josiah was a ham radio operator. Is anyone out there? Hello? Can anyone hear me?
This is Flute, but you sure don't sound like Puck, so explain yourself.
My name's Nancy Drew.
So where's Puck?
Well, I'm pretty sure Puck's real name was Josiah Crowley, and I hate to say it, but he passed away earlier this year.
Ah, that's a shame. Heck, I never got to give him his sentence.
What sentence is that?
Well, see, a while back, Puck dictated a sentence to me and told me that if and when he recited a certain passage from Shakespeare, I was to respond with that sentence. Weird fellow, that Puck.
If I tell you the passage, will you tell me the sentence?
Well, yeah, sure, I guess. Especially seeing as Puck's no longer with us.
Shall we their fond pageant see? Lord, what fools these mortals be.
That's it. Here, let me check my logbook for the response. Now I'm supposed to say, leave by road when the owner is in, because then there will be thieves about.
Leave by road when the owner is in, because then there will be thieves about?
Those were Puck's exact words.
Did you know Puck very well?
I felt like I did. Met him over the radio a couple of years ago. What a character. What'd you say his real name was?
Josiah Crowley.
Strange. I never heard of him.
Why is that strange?
He led me to believe he was this big cheese out in Hollywood, you know, some famous producer, director or something. Said he owned his own studio.
He didn't own a studio, and he certainly didn't live in Hollywood.
I'll be darned. So he was just lying to me. Well, that's all right. I may have told him a fib or three over the years myself. Like the time I told him I was a scratch golfer. I don't even know what that means. In any case, hope I've been of some help. Over and out.
Hello? Can anyone hear me? Speak to me. Hello?
This is Pyramus. Who are you?
My name's Nancy Drew. Does somebody named Puck usually call you on this frequency?
Somebody named Puck used to. Apparently he found something better to do. Haven't talked to him in months.
Well, that's because he passed away not too long ago.
Oh, well, that's a good excuse, I guess. How'd you know he called me Pyramus?
I'm a friend of his. I found your name and radio frequency in his journal.
So why are you talking to me?
Did Puck, ever ask you to tell him something whenever he read a certain passage from Shakespeare?
Whenever he rattled off this Shakespeare quote, I was supposed to rattle off this stupid saying he gave me. How did you know about that?
Long story. But if I were to rattle off the quote, there's no reason why you can't tell me the stupid saying, right?
Well, come to think of it, he never said the quote had to come from him, so, yeah, I guess I could tell you.
Thou speakest aright. I am that merry wanderer of the night.
How'd you know?
Long story. What did he tell you to say in response?
Wait a minute. I had to write it down. Here, you're gonna love this. A barking dog would do well to hold his tongue in a dangerous neighborhood.
A barking dog would do well to hold his tongue in a dangerous neighborhood.
I told you it was stupid.
I really appreciate your help.
Just out of curiosity, what kind of car did Puck drive, do you know?
I don't think he had a car.
And he tried to tell me he was rich. Over and out.
Thisbe, are you there? Hello?
I'm Thisbe, but only Puck calls me that. Who's this?
My name's Nancy Drew. I'm afraid I have some bad news about Puck.
Oh, dear. They closed the play he was starring in, didn't they? That's why I haven't heard from him. He's too far down in the dumps. Oh, I was afraid it was something like that.
Actually, you haven't heard from him because he passed away several months ago.
Oh, my. That's worse, isn't it? And after all that rigmarole he went through, making sure I knew my line and understood my cue?
Your cue?
Yes, you see, Puck, or whatever his real name is, or was, Puck wanted to share his love of acting with me. So he gave me a line to say, a very curious line, I might add, and told me to repeat it only after I heard my cue. A passage written by Mr. William Shakespeare.
So if I cue you with a passage, you'll respond with the line he gave you to say?
Immediately. I know it by heart, you see.
Here goes. If we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here, while these visions did appear.
The authorities are alert for bad water, so do not go this way.
The authorities are alert for bad water, so do not go this way.
That's what I was to say, although my delivery was much better when Puck was coaching me. And now, as Puck was fond of saying, I bid you adieu. Over and out.
A golf ball, no doubt meant to be used on that golf course of Josiah's.